Welcome to this visual masterclass on the Linux file system, designed specifically for beginners. We'll explore how Linux organizes data in a structured, efficient way. Here is our roadmap. We'll cover the basics, including the tree and root concepts, explore key directories like /bin, /etc, and /home, and finish with advanced concepts like permissions and mounting. Think of the file system as the librarian of your PC. Without it, your data would be chaotic. The file system organizes every piece of data, assigning it a specific location so you can find it instantly. The key difference between Windows and Linux is structure. Windows uses separate drive letters, creating a forest of trees. Linux, however, has one single tree structure, and everything hangs off the single root directory, denoted simply by a /. The Linux file system is visualized as an inverted tree. The roots are at the very top, denoted by a /, and the branches spread downwards. Every file starts from this root. When navigating the path in Linux, we use the /, unlike Windows, which uses the \. This is a small but important difference. The Filesystem Hierarchy Standard, or FHS, is a set of rules followed by all Linux distributions. Learning this structure on one Linux PC means you know how to navigate all of them. /bin stands for Essential User Binaries. This directory contains common commands used by all users, like ls and cp. These are available even if other parts of the system fail to mount. /sbn holds system binaries, reserved for the administrator or superuser. These are powerful tools for system maintenance, like reboot or fdisk. Standard users usually can't run these without permission. /boot is the ignition of the system. This directory contains everything needed to start the computer, including the kernel and the bootloader. Exercise caution, as modifying this folder can make your system unbootable. In Linux, everything is a file, even hardware. The /dev directory is where your hardware devices appear as files. Programs interact with hardware by reading and writing to these virtual files. /etc, short for etc, is the nervous system or control panel of Linux. It holds text-based configuration files for the system and applications, but no binary programs. /home is your personal apartment. Every user gets a subdirectory here for storing documents, music, and pictures. Typically, you only have permission to write files inside your own home folder. While /home/user is for standard users, the admin's home is /root, which lives separately at the top level. This ensures the admin can log in even if the /home drive fails. /lib and /lib64 contain shared libraries, which are reusable chunks of code. Programs borrow code from here to perform basic functions, similar to DLL files in Windows. In Linux, external drives must be mounted to a folder. /mnt is the traditional directory where sysadmins manually mount temporary file systems, such as USB drives. For modern plug-and-play functionality, Linux uses /media for automatic mounting. When you plug in a device, the operating system creates a folder here and connects the device automatically. /opet is the optional software directory, where large, third-party applications often install themselves. Examples include Google Chrome or Zoom. /proc is a virtual illusion. The files inside /proc don't exist on the hard drive. They are created by the kernel on the fly. This allows you to see real-time system information, such as CPU details. /tmp is the scratchpad for temporary data. Its contents are usually deleted every time you restart your computer. Never save important work in this folder. /usr, or Unix System Resources, is often the largest directory, acting as the equivalent of program files in Windows. It contains user-installed applications, documentation, and libraries. Inside /usr/usrbin holds most user programs. /usr/lib contains libraries for those programs. And /usr/local is reserved for software you compile and install manually. /var is for variable or changing files that are expected to grow in size. This includes system logs in /vrslog and website files in vrwww. /srv contains data for system services, such as data for FTP or web servers. /run is a modern directory for volatile runtime data, like process IDs and lock files. Permissions are fundamental to Linux security. Every file has 3 permissions: read, write, and execute. Understanding the structure helps you know where you have permission to modify files. In Linux, any file or folder starting with a dot, like .bashrc, is hidden by default. These are often configuration files kept hidden to keep your directories clean. Here is a quick recap of the key system directories we have covered. And here is a recap of the configuration and user-related directories. In final thoughts, remember that the Linux file system is a single, organized tree structure. This organization, defined by the FHS, makes it secure and easy to navigate. You are now ready to navigate the Linux file system. Happy hacking!